Need to turn that off. There we go. Hi, everybody. Adam here from Futera with another edition of Cards and Coffee. I have my coffee. I have my cards. Well, I don't have any cards actually on me here. But anyway, this is a show that we do talking about all things collectibles. I'm also live on Instagram as well. I'll let people join. I think we're live on Facebook, my own LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter/X, and right, I'll answer some of these questions that are already coming on Instagram right now. But yeah, we're live across all the different channels, and we're going to be talking about all things trading cards and collectibles, predominantly trading cards today. And I hope you're all well. So it looks like we've got a couple of people joining on multiple different platforms now, so this is good. Right, okay, so yeah, if you don't know, I'm Adam and I work for Futera. We've made very, very beautiful cards for a long time, since 1989. On Saturday, I was at the Manchester Card Con, which was a lot of fun. That was at Stockport County's Stadium. And it was great to see. I think it's the second time I've been there, and it was more busier now than at this time than it has ever been. Really, it was really, really busy. Good to see probably more non-sport orientated trading cards there, but I'd like to have seen a bit more Futera stuff, I think. But on the whole, it was a good event, and we caught some very, very good content. Some people asking some questions. Someone's asking about the Foden patch. On that, so when I was at the Manchester Card Con, what we did is we did some content where we asked people if they could do 31 kick-ups, and if they were able to do 31 kick-ups, then they would go into the draw for a Foden patch, which is cool, and it's a very, very nice card. It's a I think it's from the last unique, maybe the last unique, and 2023, I think it's from. Anyway, it's a beautiful card. The reason why we asked people to do 31 kick-ups is because we were in Stockport, which is Phil Foden's hometown, and that's the number of appearances that he's made for England. And quite a few of you did that, so I will be doing that draw this week. We're just going to map out the content and what that's going to look like. So there will be plenty of of little clips, hopefully, heading out. I think I'm going to do maybe a larger piece of content about the show in general, because it was lots of fun, and I really do love attending these trading card shows. Getting to meet collectors and the community, it's all part of the fun. Must Watch Games on Instagram says, I love the Borussia Mönchengladbach collection from Futera. Yes, we'll hopefully have more Borussia Mönchengladbach cards released soon. We've got lots of different things cooking at the moment in terms of what we're doing here for new releases, as we are now almost at the end of the first month in 2024, which is crazy. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have announcements on some new cards. I'm working on some really exciting things that tick, different boxes insofar as individual cards and stuff that people can break. So yeah, we'll have more details on this very, very soon. So yeah, that was on Saturday. I was at the Manchester Card Con, which I recommend if any of you live locally to Manchester, that the next time that event is on, then I would suggest giving it a go, especially if you collect more than just sports cards, i.e. football cards. There was a lot there that wasn't sport orientated. So if you're into like both Pokémon and sports cards, it was certainly a good event. Also on our Twitter, you can see a little clip from I did a talk at a blockchain event in Manchester last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was a busy day. It started off in London for me, and we went down to London, and I did a podcast in a studio with Harry from the London Card Show, all about his experience in launching the London Card Show, which was again really insightful, great fun. Harry's a good lad, and we had this beautiful little studio in London, 3 cameras, really looks the business. So we're going to get that out next week as well. And if those of you that are thinking of starting a trading card show at some point, this will be a great piece of content for you to understand the mechanics behind it and the journey that Harry's been on. So look out for that. But and then in the afternoon, I went up to Manchester and I did a speech on the relationship between physical and digital cards and collectibles. That was really cool. So that was a blockchain orientated event. What I was talking about is how collectibles are one fundamental to the human experience, and people have always collected things throughout the generations. And then we looked at what motivates people to collect cards, which is something that I've some insight that I've gained from the many conversations that I've had with people who collect sports cards. And then it was about, how can digital collectibles harness the enthusiasm that people have for physical collectibles and bring people in the digital world. So that was very good. Again, it did enjoy doing that. And there's a little clip of it. I think that the entire thing's on YouTube. If you search for Manchester Blockchain Alliance, you can find the full talk that I give, and there's a little clip on our Twitter as well. But yeah, I mentioned that London Card Show podcast, so that'll hopefully be out next week. That was with Harry, who has really been on a mad journey with the London Card Show. Again, if you've been to London Card Show, you'll know over the years how much it's grown. If you've been to a couple of them, the first one I went to was in like 2021, and it's vastly bigger now, and it continues to grow. And I think that's evidence of how the hobby is really starting to has gained a lot of traction in the UK. It's continuing to gain traction, has become a very integral part of the culture. I mentioned this in my talk that I gave, actually, how collectibles now, trading cards specifically, are almost seen as a de facto asset class for the younger generations. A lot of us would probably prefer to build a really stellar trading card collection than go out and buy stocks and shares, for example. So so that was a lot of fun. So there's some good content that's going to be dropping soon that I hope will be very, very helpful. Thank you, Oak City. Thanks for that nice message then. Appreciate it. There's a couple of things that I did want to talk about just from the industry as a whole at the moment, because I noticed something quite intriguing the other day that, it was a bit of a head, messed my head up a little bit. Pokemon's 25 years old, which I can't quite believe that Pokemon is that old now. It seems like 2 minutes ago I was flying down to the local WH Smiths on my BMX, gliding down to pick up a pack of Pokemon cards for like £1.50 or whatever in the year 2000, whatever they were when they came out. And now it's 25 years has gone past. It would have been, so I think I got into them around the year 2000. They would have been out for a couple of years by that point. But yeah, anyway, 25 years is mad. And it does, Oak City, it's mad to show how old we're all getting, that the Pokemon cards are 25 years old. Do any of you, hello Joshua, I'm very well, thank you, mate. Do any of you collect Pokemon? Do you buy Pokemon? I said on LinkedIn the other day that I think that I can foresee that my children's children will collect Pokemon cards or be into Pokemon cards, whereas I can't say the same for many other franchises that exist today or existed 25 years ago, that my kids will still be into the same things. But I think Pokemon has built such a brand now, such a legacy, that I think it will stick around for a very, very long time. So let me know if you are a collector of Pokemon. What's the rarest Pokemon card that you have? I was having a little look actually to see the types of, like, last year, what the highest selling Pokemon cards were. And that one Pikachu with a grey felt hat, that was a promo card. That's quite cool. I would like to have that one. That looks quite cool. And I noticed that recently as well. I think it was. I think you're going to see more of this, by the way. This crossover. I think it was was there a Picasso Pikachu that was released by one of the big art museums in London, and you could go there on the day. I think you could get it. It was a special edition card. I think we're going to see more of that. I think we're going to see more crossover between different brands and organizations that are flirting with collectibles and creating trading cards. Another example of this would be what Delta did recently. I don't know if any of you saw this, but Delta have released their own trading cards that they've created. They're actually very beautiful. They look very nice. And I don't know if they've worked with like another publisher on this. They certainly haven't worked with us, or they've just gone out and created them themselves. But there was this video on TikTok going around of this guy that was like desperately trying to get one when he boarded a plane. And he goes up to the pilot and he manages to get one of these Delta trading cards. It was on TikTok that I saw this, and he's buzzing about it, the fact that he's got this trading card. And I think we'll see more of that now. I think there's massive potential there for brands to kind of build that connection with their audience, especially if you're targeting the demographics, Zoomers and millennials, that seem to be the most interested and excited by collectibles. I think that's a really good play for a lot of brands. So if you work for a company and you do have a brand, I'd certainly look at leveraging trading cards as a way to kind of promote your brand and connect with your audience. That's a really exciting play. So I'm quite intrigued to see where else we get those crossovers. I've just mentioned that Pikachu Picasso one. I don't know who it was. I'd have to Google which museum it was that put that out. Maybe some of you can tell me. Or it was an arts publisher or something. It was something like an art seller or something. They teamed up with Pokémon. Really cool though. Went mad, and I think we'll see more of that moving forward as well. What else have we got to talk about today? Oh yeah, a really interesting story that has come out of Canada, by the way. A Canadian family is set to make millions at an auction after finding a potential treasure trove of Wayne Gretzky rookie cards. So I saw this on, I got a notification about this on like the Google News feature. And I thought this was quite intriguing. So they found 16 boxes of hockey cards from the 1979 to 1980 NHL season, right? And these cards, so these boxes will potentially contain the Gretzky rookies. They reckon there's about 20 of them in these boxes, and this is just another example of why you should be checking out what's in your attic. And nobody could have foreseen, if you were around in 1979. 1980, that these cards would go on to be as valuable as they are, these packs of these cards, because they have this rookie card, this Gretzky rookie card. But I think that was again another sign of the strength of the hobby. So apparently the last time a single box of this hockey release, this NHL hockey release, which was actually put out by a company called OPG, which I've never heard of before. They must have made cards way back when. That sold for $210,000 in February 2022. Well, these people have got 16 boxes. I don't know whether or not you'd be better off to try and, I'm not trying to work this out, whether or not it might be better to open them up and try and find that Wayne Gretzky card and then get them graded and see if you fetch more value that way. I don't know. But I suppose they've been advised on this and they're just going to kind of auction off the entirety of this collection that they found in their attic. But really crazy, 16 unopened boxes of 1979 NHL season cards, and they contain this Wayne Gretzky rookie card, which is really cool. So that's an interesting story that I saw this week in terms of auctions. And I saw as well that the Babe Ruth 1916 rookie card that's fetched a cool $670,000.